And sometimes I wish my mom was smarter because I'm like, don't let people just tell you shit and just assume they know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying, though? And she'll do that. Like, oh, Baba said. I'm like, based on what? You need to get your backyard done. I know you didn't want to get the guy out there last time, but your backyard really needs to be cleaned up. Like, that's wild. I can't even see the ground.
Yeah.
I'm probably next month going to have him come out and do mine again as well.
Okay, so you are going live. Just making sure everything's working. All right, we're live now. We still have no Bloodaxe.
Hey, he's on his way back.
All right.
So is there no? That's a new chat screen. So I can't tell. Will it pop up when somebody jumps in?
It should.
All right.
Yeah, we've switched broadcasting software, so there may be some technical difficulties throughout this episode. We'll see. Let us know if you're in the chat room and something doesn't sound right or look right. We'll get that worked on. And thanks for joining us. All right, welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And Bloodaxe may join us here in a bit. He was out and about, so we'll see. Otherwise, there'll just be this gray window up here for you guys to wonder about.
Just imagine there's a Bloodaxe in there.
Yeah.
Saying something slightly more political than we care for. Not quite, but just slightly. Just, right along the edge.
Just a little.
Riding the fence, man. You got that sense of balance.
Yeah. Okay. Because, yeah. All right, man.
I know that was so loud the microphone picked that up. My stomach just went roaring. I just saw the bar.
All right, well, let's get started.
There's nothing.
There's very little to talk about this week, but there are some interesting things like, and I honestly, I think I predicted this. I don't know if I ever voiced it on the show, but I thought that Diablo would have another beta weekend. And sure enough, they announced this week that they are going to have another beta weekend. So here we go. Apparently it will be May 12th through May 14th. Little odd for their choices here. Now, obviously you have the update with all the new fixes, which we would expect to see on the new beta weekend. But the weird thing is the lowering the level cap. So in the previous betas, it was 25. In this new one, it's only 20. I have no idea why you do that.
I mean, given that I never got to 25, so I was looking forward to trying out the Golem, which if is a level 25 for the Necromancer. It's annoying to find out that I won't be able to get the Golem. Like, lowering the level cap makes it even harder to stress test. Like, to me, I'm like, but 25, I mean, I don't know about your class, but 25 was like a capstone.
Yeah.
For the Necromancer because it unlocked one of his main abilities.
Well, I mean, the other thing is the reason for this test even makes it sort of dumb. They dropped it to 25 because the reason for this test is to do a server stress test. That's supposedly what they're doing. They want to slam the servers and really get as many people on there to do a stress test for the servers. So you'd want to keep people on there longer, for one, I guess, and also they removed all the data from the previous beta, so everybody's starting out from scratch, which I somewhat get with the patch update. Maybe you want to see how the progression is with the new fixes in place, but I still why the 20 cap? That means people are going to cap out sooner. And they're going to log out sooner. Now, they did say they're also reducing the legendary drop rates to more like they would be in the game instead of how they had them sort of raised during the previous beta, so people would be able to get more legendaries. So we won't see as many legendaries as either. So we'll have less legendaries, less levels, so less to play with.
And that's my thing, because like my interest in playing with the level cap being lowered, I want to see how bad they hurt my necromancers since we got the double nerf. But at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna bother going all the way to level 20. Because like I said, I would want to stress test all my main class abilities, and I never got to the golem, the level 25 ability. To me, if they wanted to really stress test it, they should have boosted the level to 30, and even more people would play in order to try out that extra 5 levels. Because people were scrounging to get as many of their abilities as they could to test them. So like going up on the cap would have made sense to me, because I'm like, oh, you want the server slam? Even the people that got to 25 once before will be like, but what do I look like at 30? Level 20, like I said, I don't know. It's a weird decision to me to lower the level cap. It's like they don't want. Plus, on top of that, they made changes. So don't you need to test your build? Because see, people that played the level 25 would be able to try to balance it versus they're pretty able to go. How's my barbarian play now? How does my rogue play now? How does my wizard play now? Well, with that 5-level difference can be with that capstone, it can be a big difference in how it would have played. You know what I'm saying? And make it a little more difficult to judge the difference. Because I shot through, I didn't get to 25, but I shot past level 20. I was like 18. You level quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird call. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of Mohe. I'm just saying it's a weird call. But apparently I got to reach level 20 to get a wolf. I guess I might. You
already hit level 20. You got that last, so you don't have to do that again.
Oh, okay, good.
So I think all of these achievements were there last beta.
Well, that's good, dude, because I like I said, I'm of mixed feelings about the level cap, but honestly, I just want to play the game.
This is the only, I think, one that may be unique to the server slam is the Cry of a Shava mount, which you earn by defeating a Shava with one level 20 character. So you would have to be level 20 and beat a Shava.
I never even played against the world boss, dude. I was busy that weekend. The biggest problem is having the free time, man. Like, I'm a dad. I got a lot of things going. Our boy. Oh, look, we got Flynn Wallace and we got Flynn in the chat group. He's asking about a necromancer with a wolf. Look, man, they're not giving me a skeleton, so I got to do it. Like, they give me a wolf skeleton, I'll be down.
It's a wolf pup. You're raising it so that it's ripe for.
Well, it's not going to last long if I do turn into a skeleton. Remember, they made my undead squish here. Now that I'm going to continually gripe about. But I think you can play for fun, but I'm not, like I said, it isn't on my must-to-do. I'll play it if I got the free time. But here's the thing. I believe because we're so far away from the game release still, it's going to get passed again. So I still don't think what you played this beta will be the final cut.
Yeah, most likely. You're getting pretty close, though. You got to think, this is May 12th, 10th, 12th. May, June, the following month is when the game's supposed to release. It's supposed to release in June, right?
Yeah, but it's easy to patch stuff, though. They can still nerf and
But, you're only looking at a few weeks between this beta and the release, unless it gets pushed back.
Well, my necromancers, go out there and die so they can unnerf us. Let's see if we can get these suckers to unnerf us so we can be ready.
Play your worst necromancers.
Yeah, get out there, drop dead, suck dirt, go down. And make sure that you go, oh no, my undead are all dead and my corpse explosion's not killing anything. Remember, that's your complaint. We got to start a petition called Unnerf Us, bitch. Is that too early in the video?
Nah.
Back to Bio Blizzard, whoever made it, I don't care.
Blizzard.
I feel like it was really early to nerf us on the beta, man. Could we at least have got a week or two of the real game before you started nerfing? That just felt real early. Like, we didn't even see what the level 60, what do you think? Was it going to 60? I don't know what the level cap is. We didn't even get to see what the necromancer looks like high level, and we've already been nerfed.
Yeah, I think it may be 70.
I think it's kind of dumb to nerf before you even see what the end game looks like, because nobody cares about it before the end game. Like that's what Zeno was telling me. He was getting on to me about that, going like, dude, if it ain't end game, it doesn't even matter. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, actually. Everybody's in it for the end game. So why are you nerfing stuff on a test from 1 to 25? Because what happens if once me and my boy Flynn get to level 30 up, we start getting like donkey punched to sleep? You know what I'm saying? Because you jackasses nerfed us based on some level 25 griping from people who insisted on playing a barbarian, and we're like, we can't keep up with the necromancers.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, they obviously they know that this is an end game because I mean, yeah, they raised the barbarian's passive defense, but then they lowered it in end game because
they know with certain skills it would stack up too high.
So I mean, yeah, that's the only problem with the Diablo beta, in my opinion, is with it being that early of a game, it really doesn't give you a good picture of the game as a whole. I mean, Diablo has always been about end game, which is the one part about this that scares me is because I was reading, they were like, oh, well, you know, this Diablo 4 is not designed to be like a never-ending game. It has a solid end. Where you're not going to be able to upgrade beyond that point.
Oh, yeah, that would bother you. You're one of those, yeah. He's a big end gamer for Diablo. See, as a new to Diablo, I'm good to go through the game, do a bit of in-game content, call it. But I feel that classic Diablo players from 1 to now are used to a very high upgrade tree where they can continually upgrade their gear.
And they do say that end point is pretty high. So
they say that, but by your standards,
yeah,
I know how much you play.
I don't know, and we won't know until the game's out and we can get past level fucking 25.
I mean, I'm level 12 in Ghostwire. You're 32. I still don't know how the heck you got that high level that fast.
I'm 32 now, buddy. And I haven't even played it much lately.
Well, I'm also like, I haven't even got to what you talked about. I just got fire. It's like I'm really early in the game. No, I just got water. But still, so when this guy likes a game, he's as bad as me. Don't make him make me look like the crackhead. Like, he's just as bad if he likes the game.
Yeah.
He'll shoot his levels up and play a lot.
Prepping for this new job slowed me down, though. So I've got to – I did get slowed down a bit.
It's going to be hard to wait off on that Redfall, man, but we're going to try to wait on you because –
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be in town. It's not going to be hard for me to wait.
I said us waiting on you, yeah. Well, the good news is that the way it works, you'll have more playtime than us with your schedule, so that's good.
No, it won't. Still got to work, man.
Oh, yeah. We work when we're at home. We work hard.
I do.
Look, I'm glad to be back in the office. I'm a man of integrity. I'm glad to be back in the office.
All right, let's move on before you give away any more of your what's PlayStation bitching about this time? Let's see. Oh wait, no, they're buying more studios. They're still bitching about what Xbox buys, but they're still buying studios.
But when they buy that studio, though, they'll release their games on every console, though, right? They won't make it exclusive, right? Right? Because that's unfair.
Well, now I will say the good news is they were already paying this studio for exclusives. So,
well, of course, they have something to do with Sony. Sony doesn't share.
Yeah.
It's like Joey. Joey doesn't share food. Sony doesn't share games.
Yeah. So the rest of the community's not losing anything by them making this purchase. PlayStation had already been paying them off and decided that it would just be easier.
Let's make it official.
Yeah, it'd just be easier to buy the company.
Well, dude, they were buying companies while they were doing the lawsuit against Microsoft. Like remember, they were acquiring studios while they were claiming the monopoly against them. I'm not even kidding. They were like, they're trying to have a monopoly. Sony
they haven't stopped. They're still bitching about, I think the commission of what was it, South Africa or something, unanimously approved the purchase between and Sony's like, you fucking morons, why would you do that? They're gonna take our games.
Yeah, and they're just like rolling out let me check. Where is it? Yeah, what is that? There we go.
Now, several people have been joking about this because apparently a lot of this company is ex-employees of Bungie, which Sony also bought. And so they're like, had to buy Bungie twice. And so people have been making fun of Sony pretty harshly because, these are a lot of your game developers from studios that were already bought by Sony.
They're still trying to round. Look, man, it's like Pokemon. They're trying to catch them all. They're trying to round up the full set.
Yeah.
Hoping they can come out with another Halo. They cannot.
But yeah, it was formed by a number of Bungie veterans, including studio head Tony Hsu, previously general manager and senior vice president of Destiny at Activision, and game director, who was previously creative director at Bungie.
Why are they pursuing getting the guys who decided to leave Microsoft and the Halo franchise to make Destiny? When it comes to dumbass business moves, Halo is not even being made as good as it used to be, and is still one of the biggest gaming franchises, and they walked away.
Well,
to make Destiny, which is okay.
I mean, the direction that Bungie was going, though, I mean...
Maybe Bungie, but no, that's why they should have stayed where they should have been. All I'm saying is, there's not a Destiny movie or series, I can't believe they said, man, we made a huge franchise here, but we want our independence. It's like that person who leaves saying they want to be independent, and then they end up homeless, and struggling, and you're just like, you were doing really well over here. I like the other company came in and said, we'll do Halo. I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? And now they've got Halo Infinite.
The weird thing is Firewalk was set up in 2018 as a part of probably Monster's.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. They better watch out, though. Monster.
Monster Energy might come after
them.
Oh, yeah.
It's a collective of AAA game developers. Anyway, the funny thing is Firewalk was being paid by Sony to create a game for PlayStation already. And they call him Firewalk a AAA, and they're paying for it like it's a AAA multiplayer developer. But I don't even think they've developed anything yet.
Destiny does well, Flynn. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a failure. But compared to the Halo franchise, I don't think it does better than the Halo franchise because it's not really a franchise. No one I know cosplays Destiny characters. We go to cons. We see Master Chiefs and Spartans all the time. We don't see any Destiny characters. It's designed to make money, so it's going to succeed. I mean, you know how games are designed for transactions. Destiny's designed to make money. It's going to make money. But if they announce Destiny 3, most people won't care. Only the Destiny fans will care. It isn't as large to me an audience as Halo, which has a massive audience. Halo Infinite did okay. If they announce another Halo game, it'll be the biggest game in news. It'll be everywhere because it's just a large franchise. For example, they could have made Destiny without giving up Halo. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they should have never made Destiny. I'm saying they could have kept making Halo and made Destiny.
Well, they sold Halo, right? Because that was...
I know. Why? I don't know why they should have kept making it.
Because Xbox paid them a lot of fucking money. That's why.
They could have stayed with Xbox, though. They'd have more money. Xbox gave Bethesda billions of dollars.
I'm not even gonna pretend to know the inside track on all that, though, man.
Imagine what they would have paid to keep Bungie. But Bungie probably just wasn't willing to stay. And now they are Sony dogs. I mean, look at it. They're all over and mixed up over here. Some of them over here, some of them over there. Sony keeps buying them.
Well, I mean, if apparently, it's a bad time to be making, not multiplayer. Apparently multiplayer is in, and single player and cinematic style RPGs are dead. So, they jumped into a market that everybody says is alive. So they'll make some good money.
Halo was known for its multiplayer.
So CD Projekt Red, lead quest designer, says we're running at a fucking wall and we're gonna crash. This was in response to PC Gamer editorial that said the cinematic BioWare style RPG is dead. It just doesn't know it yet. And basically, they were CD Projekt Red developer designer said everyone actually after reading this article said we mostly agree actually with the thesis. At least when it comes to AAA, we are just running at a fucking wall. I think we're going to crash on that wall relatively soon. Now here's my thing, and this topic is more, I think, just a suggestion to the game developers at large, man. As a gamer, as somebody who enjoys single player games and RPGs, I think yes, they are running at a wall but it's a wall of their own making. We don't have to have characters that are rendered in almost real life graphics. I would much rather better features, more features, unique features, stuff like that. I mean, like we've tried to do the whole, Fable tried to do the aging and the scarring and all that. And honestly, we have the technology to do that stuff relatively easily now if we just lower the graphics threshold a little. And we focus more, I think, on some of the cooler features than we don't have to have the best graphics in the world for a good RPG. And I think that's the wall they're hitting. Oh, well, graphics are getting more, games are getting bigger, we're having to have more. It's like, well, don't focus on that as much. I'm not saying go back to Final Fantasy VII level graphics, but we can jump back down to, honestly, Skyrim. I still play Skyrim. Graphics in Skyrim are fine. Keep them at about that level for now. And be more inventive with the play style. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to, you know what? We don't like to talk about, so let me tell you something, CD Projekt Red. We about to hit it. Y'all act like it was so damn hard to make a game with a populated city and with stuff moving around. Maybe you tried to do too much, because like I said, I watched my boys play GTA. There's people walking around. There's cars moving. Fully populated city. And guess what? If you shoot a gun, they fucking run from you. You know what I'm saying? You drive a car on the sidewalk, people jump out the way. I don't want to be a bully. But this ain't advanced tech. That game's been out for a long time. Heck, they were doing that back in San Andreas in GTA, the one after that, with Nico. Was that 5? 4?
Yeah.
So it's like, and then like you said, Skyrim. Bunch of quests. What was I saying before the show? There is a part to Skyrim. I never did the Solitude or the Markath arc. There was so much in that game that there are sections of Skyrim that I have thousands of hours I still haven't done. It's doable.
Yeah.
It's doable.
And as Will says in our chat room, Skyrim's also moddable. So adding that, increases it a lot. People come in and make better graphics for Skyrim. And guess what? Bethesda didn't have to put in that time or cost.
Shouts out to Baijin and Pandorable. Amazing designers who, they'd made mods for every flipping NPC in the game. Yeah. Hundreds.
And that's what we're trying to say, Flint. Yes, story and game design, he said it really well. Story and game design are being left behind. They keep remaking old IPs, a new Halo, a new Far Cry, all good. What is new in each? And that's the thing. None's new in each. Usually there's less in the new ones than there was in the old ones.
I can't believe Far Cry 6 was so dumbed down from Far Cry 5. I was so disappointed because I enjoyed Far Cry 5. Ending sucks, but the gameplay was good.
Because they're so focused on getting that new game out there, getting those new graphics out there. But yes, story and game design are being left behind. And honestly, as a gamer, I'd much rather good story and game design than the next-gen graphics.
Hey, game of the year. Elden Ring, to me, isn't a pretty game. The scenery's nice, but your characters are ugly. The faces don't look good. It's not a pretty game. It's got, they focus on making sure the view looks good, but the characters are fugly. Faces are not well done.
Yeah.
But it beat out Horizon Zero, where they talked about how you can see the scruffy little hairs on the face. Look, if you go in real close, you can see the little micro hairs on the face. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, Game of the Year, Elden Ring. Why? Because it was fun. Sometimes beautiful ain't enough. Sometimes you need a good game.
Well, and yeah, another one Will mentions is celebrity endorsements and cameos. I didn't buy Cyberpunk because Keanu Reeves was in it, you know.
I never preferred he wasn't. I like the guy.
Yeah, I don't give a shit that Norman Reedus is in a game. I like Norman Reedus. I think he's a cool actor. I didn't even bother buying that game because, you know,
dude,
I don't give a shit.
I love Keanu Reeves, but honestly, he takes me out of the game. Every time I see Keanu Reeves, I remember I'm playing a game because I'm like, there's Keanu Reeves. Sometimes having a celebrity is not a good thing. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no, it can hurt immersion.
I think that's why they had that patch where he doesn't look like himself. You know, remember one of the updates has a thing that kind of alters his looks. I think they did that because it's like, why is John Wick in my head? Like, you just see John Wick or Neo, and you just go, you took me out of the game. And this is coming from a guy who thinks Keanu Reeves is awesome. And hey, his voice is fine, but his face was particularly disconcerting. But yeah, stop. Like, the best voice actors, trust us, we go to cons. The best voice actors are not movie stars. They tend to be bad, actually, compared. Your best voice actors work pretty cheap. Like, I mean, because, you know, voice acting, unfortunately, doesn't pay that well. So the best voice actors are way more affordable. And like you said, I've never bought a game because a celebrity was in it. Because I'm like, I don't care. Celebrities and video games don't mix. That's the best way to put it.
Well,
Celebrities and video games don't mix.
A celebrity being in a video game leads nothing to the quality of the game. What do we look for? I mean, look, it's like when we watch all these trailers. We're like, well, man, there's no gameplay, so I'm still not sure. I'm waiting for the gameplay. And that's what people care about when they play a game is the gameplay.
It's almost like it's in the word. Play a game. Gameplay. Play game.
So, I mean, to say that a franchise is dying and hitting a wall isn't necessarily true.
No. I'm going to defend them. Devil's advocate here. They said the BioWare style AAA RPG game. Not the Bethesda or the From Software or any of that. They said the BioWare. And BioWare does like to focus on trying to be the prettiest. And celebrity cameos. So I'm going to try to say maybe he meant BioWare with a capital BioWare. Maybe. That's what he said. Like, that was emphasis. He says the BioWare.
Well, I don't know. Let's look at their article. The cinematic BioWare-style RPG is dead. It just doesn't know it yet. Here it starts showing examples of, that's The Witcher there. There's Cyberpunk. So, I mean, this is what they're considering. There's Mass Effect.
Andromeda. Mass Effect, Andromeda.
Yeah, but I mean, it's talking about the genres, not necessarily. So anyway, it's not talking about just the BioWare that you're thinking of cinematic. I mean, these games. I mean, The Witcher was not top of the line graphics. But anyway,
I mean, look how popular Disco Elysium. I saw it in there mentioned. Disco Elysium is like really dumbed down graphics, and oh my god, I can't stop hearing enough about that from like my Saturday gaming group. Man, they are like they live and breathe that game, and it is not a graphical game. So that just supports what you were saying. It's like, make a good game. Stop trying to be pretty. Make a good game. Those characters could be de-resed quite a bit, and it would be fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, but when I'm saying BioWare, it does mention Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Dragon Age wasn't top-of-the-line graphics either.
Oh, no. But was an amazing game, and I still consider Dragon Age Origins one of the best RPGs I've ever played.
I think about cinematic, they're talking about, the relationships and the, building up. There are several cinematics in it. I don't think that genre is dead. I think them trying to push the graphics up and not push the story and the game design up, the mechanics up is what's killing it. Not the genre itself. It's the take that they're having on the genre that is killing the genre. They're not going for what gamers want. They're going for trying to visually amaze you with these graphics and stuff like that. And honestly, yes, there are several people that's what they care about. But I don't think it's what the mass of gamers look at. I don't think the mass of gamers are looking at, oh man, look, this game has the new light ray tracing. I'm buying it just because it has ray tracing. Yeah. No. People don't buy a game because it has ray tracing.
Well, actually, now I got to admit, like, people kept whining about Forspoken's, like, graphics and it not running at a certain... But now I think that was more of a frame rate, and that's different because that does affect gameplay. But yeah,
well, they were bitching about that along with it being an empty world with.
But there was a lot of other problems with Forspoken,
with bad mechanics and.
But well, this just to me is bad because CD Projekt Red's only really known for its Biohazard RPGs, so it's an interesting thing to say what we do specifically is dead. And we're running into a wall. Because that is like, you know what? That's like that guy that hates his job. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I'm going to reevaluate the position I have someone in when they basically go, I think what we're doing is going to fail. That is something you never want to hear from someone on your team. Am I wrong, though? I mean, that's about, because that's what they know for Witcher.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. It's like, your most well-known games are what you're saying you think is running into a wall and is going to die. And worst, you're the quest writer. Like, what is it, lead quest designer? So I'm like, ugh. That's more alarming than anything. That's not what I want to hear from that person. I would be like, okay, so we're going to put some feelers out for a new guy. Like, because I mean, what is he saying? They need to go in another direction? What is the point of that statement, actually? Like, is he saying we need to stop doing RPGs at CD Projekt Red? Is he wanting to switch over to like looter shooters, go for the Destiny style thing?
And I mean, even this article it does mention it's like subtlety and complicated systems are being tossed out in favor of simple to understand combat and big cinematic storylines. And if that's what they're talking about is dying, yes.
Oh yeah, even Bethesda did it, dude. Fallout 4 was vastly dumbed down from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, even though I know New Vegas is another group. Similarly, Skyrim was way dumbed down from Oblivion and Morrowind.
Yeah.
Like, way dumbed down. So they are dumbing down games with each new iteration.
And if that's what they're talking about, okay, I actually agree with that.
And it sucks. I like crunch.
But that's fixable.
Yeah.
You just stop. You just stop going for the big cinematics and you start putting more meat to your games. You stop investing so much in the latest tech and you start investing more in designers and quest writers and, instead of graphics design. We've got good engines as it is. Don't expand the engine's graphics anymore. Start expanding its capabilities, and I think you'll revive the RPG with that. I mean, we're hoping to see that with Starfield. We may not. I don't know. We haven't got it yet. But
we ain't seen the character screen.
Bethesda tends to be notorious about adding some really unique stuff. But like you said, Skyrim sort of dumbed it down. Hell, Oblivion dumbed it down from Morrowind. Morrowind mechanics versus Oblivion mechanics are insanely more complicated and more evolved. They dumbed it down a bit for Oblivion, and then they dumbed it way down for Skyrim. So we just got to quit dumbing down, I think, the mechanics of games and start, worrying more about the mechanics and less about the latest ray tracing, the latest
I mean, both
facial generation.
I mean, both Skyrim and Fallout 4 removed the skill and stat system almost completely. With Fallout, the skill system, and with Skyrim, the stat system. There weren't even stats anymore. Like, just gone. I'm just like, where's my strength? You know, like, that is a huge alteration to a system that's like, you have stats. It's like, no stats. Just these skills and perks. And then Fallout said, just stats and perks. And we're like, it was also, why would you have flipped that? No, just, okay, you know, we got time. As a gamer.
Okay.
In a fantasy game, skills aren't as big to me as my stats. But in a sci-fi survival game, my skills would be more important to me than stats. Why did Fallout just have stats with perks, but Skyrim just had skills? That doesn't add up in Q gamer brain confused. Because when I play a survival game, grinding up all those little skills are important. Because skills are a big deal when you need to use a skill to hunt and get fresh water and fix a machine. Whereas in a fantasy game, me hit with big sword, big strength, big dexterity for sneaking. Like what caused this weird flip-flop where they said stats in the survival game, skills in the other game? I don't know. I know that's weird, but just that was a pet peeve of mine that I was like, where are my skills when I was in Fallout? Which they are. Horizon, mods. Dude, the first thing Horizon did was came up with a detailed skill system. But then what's funny, there's a mod for Skyrim that gives you back your birth signs, the stats, and all the different heritages, because I guess I can't say race anymore, according to WotC, Wizards of the Coast, having stats where they actually were...
I guess that has been an interesting development, like as far because I mean you started seeing your shooters start gaining stats and skills and a lot more RPG elements, while your RPG started losing RPG elements.
I've been playing a shooter and I have a strength score and I'm like,
yeah.
But then I go over to my fantasy game and it's like no strength score. You're like, but. So that big muscly orc is just as good as the skinny elf? Why? So it just threw me off. So that's just... Because one of the things we talked about was, do we have any more topics or are we free to talk?
We have one topic left. But
we get to mock some... Yeah. But basically, one of the things we were going to chat about for a few minutes was like we were talking about the state of games, what you're looking for in your game. And I think that what's really killing games is that, and movies, is what does the player want from your game? What did you set up as an expectation and what are you going to give? And it just throws me off when I'm like, how much these people don't know. You know, they can't figure out. I mean, look at Borderlands, very popular series. Great history, has done really well, yet when you sit up here and you get to Borderlands 3 and you get to Wonderlands, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, it's like they did not know what we were there for and completely forgot. And now we're having to go like, hey, man, that's not what we came here for. That's not what we came to get. And I think that's continually wrecking the gaming experience is how much they don't know what you're seeking out from your games. For example, took the stats out of the fantasy game, took the skills out of the sci-fi game, puts a lot of RPG elements into a shooter, and hey, I love it. I feel, hey, Michael, I ain't gonna get yourself in trouble. That is also what some people seek from their game. But the thing is, and Flint's talking about high strength helps with recoil, yeah, but the thing is, I don't need my shooter broken down into individual stats.
But I love my shooters with the individual stats, dude. Like I actually started playing more shooters because I felt they had skill trees and stats.
That's because we like RPGs. But like you said, though, not everybody does.
Now, one of the games that did that, they ended up having to rewrite the game so that it did not fall. I think it was one of the Ghost Recons or something where the people got mad because it was too crunchy. And so they came out with a patch to give it a less crunchy version for people. So,
yeah. Well, that's my thing. Because like I said, I play RPGs to be RPGs. And while I will play a shooter with RPG elements, it's because it's an RPG, because I like RPGs. But I also understand people going like, yo, I don't want Master Chief to level up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to level, which I haven't done yet. But I don't want my Master Chief to level up. And I'm like, I get you, buddy. I get you. Make a different game for that. But I'm hoping Starfield doesn't make this mistake. I want crunchy skills. I want a skill for flying my ship, a skill for repairing my ship. I want a skill, I want science. I want different skills. That way, because here's what it does. It allows replay. Because you know what I would do?
I think a Master Chief RPG would be awesome.
No, I just rather they fixed Outriders to where it was better. That serves my purposes just fine. And there is. Destiny. There you go. Apologies. Look, I plugged Destiny in a positive way. But no, but you get my point. Like, for example, you want that crunch. You want the skill. I was going to give an example of, and then we'll jump to the next topic here after he puts his insert in, is that I played through Fallout 3 just to see how the game changed based on the skills and stats I had. And you want to know what? Changed a lot. There was a huge difference between playing an intellectual guy with a lot of science and mechanics and all that, or playing a really social character, or playing a very physical, combat-focused character. It played differently. And that's what I seek out. When you dumb a game down, you kill replay. Excuse me. The difference between playing an orc and a red guard in Skyrim, what my RB button did when I hit it. That was it. Do I rage or do I get stamina regen? That was it. Whole difference. Well, okay, a little bit better. You can also get into orc strongholds. You get into orc strongholds easier.
Yeah, there was also some different things on, I think your spell casting, stuff like that.
Orcs didn't cast differently from red guards at all. Spell casting wasn't affected. Now, the high elves had a little advantage on spell casting, a small one. But the difference between a red guard and an orc? Nope.
Okay, well, red guard and orc. I was just saying, between the races in general, they did have their advantages and disadvantages.
But compared to Oblivion and Morrowind, where it was an entirely different experience.
Well, yeah.
Like, I could play a full mage orc.
I wouldn't say it was an entirely different experience. It modified the experience slightly.
Made a big difference when I played. You're just bad in min-max. So, I'm kidding. Don't punch me.
Well, no, but that's all it was. It was just min-maxing.
Like, when I played my red guard as a swordsman, I played way different than when I played like a Breton.
I mean, in Skyrim, I picked my race off of min-maxing. I'll be honest,
It didn't do a lot, though. Like,
there was
nothing you couldn't do that you couldn't.
Didn't do a lot, but, I mean, for that starting out, with a little better sword or a little better this.
Michael O'Brien is asking, what would you guys recommend for Skyrim? Conjuration and enchantment. Whatever you're doing, conjuration and enchantment. Don't solve all your problems.
Don't listen to him. Most people hate all magic in Skyrim games.
The conjuration is the right magic.
I mean, it depends on the level of difficulty you want. If you want easy mode, just go stealth and bow and game over.
Coward. Conjuration, enchantment.
But yeah. No, there's not a bad setup really with Skyrim other than magic.
I can make a ring that makes me not need your sneak because it can't hear me coming.
How many times have you played with magic without any mods?
Plenty with conjuration. Now, the other magic sucks. Conjuration holds up, buddy. Conjuration holds up. You're just a hater on summoning because of what I did in that campaign. You never get over that. You'll never forgive me for my summoner character I played in this campaign.
Conjuration is still limited in Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
And all the rest of the magic just sucks because it doesn't really level.
Oh, God, no. Yeah. No. Do not try to be an offensive mage without a mod. It doesn't scale well at all. You will not. Well, put it like this. If you keep leveling, it really stops being able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, and that was just a little thing. Like, we've been playing games, and like we came onto this because we were looking at Mario again and seeing the 96% audience versus 50-something critic. And I said, you know what? That makes sense though, because audiences went to Mario to get fan service. That's what they went for.
Why did we jump to Mario?
I'm talking about what people want versus what.
Oh, gotcha.
Keep Huh.
Yep, sorry. I was reading their chat room.
So it's the same concept of what do you want from something versus what the critics or the devs think you want.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we wanted a cyberpunk experience. That crap could have, like you said, been rocking Skyrim or Fallout 4 graphics. I'd have been fine if I'd have had a little more in-depth hacking, a little bit more open story where I could make some more unconventional decisions that actually altered the main story, which you do not affect. You got to admit, you don't affect the main story in that game at all.
Well, it's not just that, too. I mean, just character creation in general is just stacking the best armor, the best weapon, and the top-of-the-line cyber gear. There really wasn't a lot of variety in play. Yeah. No, I still enjoyed the game. I enjoyed it because of the cyberpunk aspect of it. But as a game itself, Cyberpunk didn't really deliver because it didn't deliver the variety. I mean, even if you go with the not so great tabletop remake of Cyberpunk that came out alongside the game, it has more variety than the game. You have classes, you have more stats, you have...
you can't even play the reporter class?
Yeah.
You can't even play that in the game. Like, I thought you would be able to archetype yourself up and go, I'm a hacker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the gunman, I'm this guy. And to put an example, this is a good way to put it. If this had been after they fixed it, because he always gets on with New Vegas style story, or Fallout 4, New Vegas after it got patched, or Fallout 4, if they had made this game story, you would have had an option to put the guy in a cyber body and have him as a companion. You would have had an option where you join a corp and you become a corpo and you run a corp. You would have had an option to blow everybody away. You would have had all these, because I mean, remember in Fallout 4 in New Vegas, you could choose to join the Institute or help the risk or kick everyone's butt. There was an option where you just go, you know what, I'm the boss. In both of those games, there was an option you go like, me. That did not exist, and I expected that. I thought like, ooh, I wonder what group I could work with. When I chose the corporate background, I was going to do a full Institute playthrough basically and go like, you know what, corporate all the way through. Not an option. And I really thought you were going to have these varieties, and I would happily have given up some graphics for that. I would have happily given up some graphics.
The things that changed was your background story, and then you had some choices that changed the ending of the game. But the middle of the game was the same no matter what you did, chose, really. I mean, for the most part, the middle of the game did not vary that much.
Even the endings weren't that different from each other.
And the endings varied, having nothing to do with the variation at the beginning.
It's just what you call.
It's just what you chose near the end. So yeah, but anyway, I still enjoyed the game. Last note before we get close to the end here, I had one more thing, and it's more just of a joke to scalpers. I fucking hate scalpers. As somebody who had a hell of a time trying to get a hold of graphics cards during the whole graphics card mayhem, and now people still having trouble getting game consoles. Scalpers who have still have inventory of PlayStation 5s are starting to take a loss as supplies are going up. So fuck you, scalpers.
Well, all they had to do, and look, I pick on Sony, but my fellow gamers, yeah, you play PlayStation, but you're still my people. You're gamers. We fight, but we're family because we're still in the same games. And maybe one day Sony will let you play with us across platform. I'd love to. What? My gamers are my gamers. You're still gamers. I may not like Sony, but I love my gamers. But what got done too, especially because it was way worse for them than it was Xbox, the scalping. And I want you to remember this for next time because now this is messing them up. This could have been a lot faster. All you had to do was wait for the supplies to gut up. Because that's how you stop this. When they start scalping, you just be patient. Wait for the supplies to get up. Then what happens is the price drops, and they end up losing money. And you know what that means? They're not going to do it next time. They're going to go, I'm a net loss. I'm not scalping next time. Long as people were buying consoles at a marked up price, PlayStation 6, gonna be a mother to get. PlayStation 6 gonna be a mother to get. So remember this lesson, because they already like, oh no, I'm at a loss. Man, shut up. You probably made thousands of dollars at the beginning. This is your comeuppance, and you know what? They probably won't even be a net loss. Probably won't even be a net loss, because the smart scalpers knew when to stop. Let's be honest. Smart scalpers stopped a long time ago. There's idiots still sitting on stock. Jeez, man. I mean, look at some of those prices, man. $1,799. Like, they were racking these prices.
This was the 2020, the early pricing.
Yeah.
So people were scalping them and selling them for 3-4 times as much as, which now, it's hitting back into the normal pricing. So.
And now they're auctioning it off for less than the value, which, hey, you know what? I know how I feel, but if I could get a PlayStation for like under $100, I'd do it out of disrespect.
Under 100,
I know, like I'd do it out of disrespect. Then I would just be like,
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I don't know. Scalpers may got me, man. Y'all keep screwing up. I mean, look at that. One went all the way down to $230, which is really low.
This says, I hope he has to go down like $230 for people to buy.
I know.
Would be hilarious.
I'm
Doesn't
hoping.
Say that anybody went down to $230.
I can dream.
It did say many auctions started at $380, so that's
100
which
plus.
which with the retail being $450 and $499, that is $100 loss. So.
And I don't even know if that's just the markdown retail, because it was new. I thought it was $600. That was like $599, wasn't it? Was it $499 or $599 when it first came out?
I don't remember what it was first coming out. I thought it went up.
It might have went up. I don't know. I just no, it wasn't $399. It's only PlayStation 5 was never $399.
I'm with Flynn though. PC Master Race,
Hey man, I've tricked out my PC. I'm ready.
You bitch at me because you're like,
that's because you have an Xbox.
You just gotta play on PC.
Well, no. Okay, let me tell you about this knucklehead, though. He owns an Xbox X. He has Game Pass. But he won't play the multiplayer games with us unless it's cross-play on PC. Look, I understand that if it's got on both, you'd use your PC. That makes sense. But if it's not, then play it on your fucking Xbox. Because I have both, too. I got on my PC to play Valheim with y'all. I didn't go, if I can't play it on Xbox, I'm not going to play with my friends. But you're like, if I can't play it on PC, then y'all two can go jump in a lake.
There are certain games I will not play on console because I suck at them on console. I know I suck at them on console because I suck at controllers when it comes to aim. I'll play the fighting games. I'll play that kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna play a shooter on something that I'm not. My reflexes are not trained to play them on.
Because me and Bloodaxe, we waiting for Redfall. We've been like,
But guess what you can do? You can do on a PC. You can play on keyboard and mouse or controller on PC. It supports both, where your fucking Xbox does not.
Look. Bloodaxe don't have a PC, man. All right. One of the three amigos has a laptop.
Yeah, but just don't make it out to be a lateral.
See, Flynn was saying $599 too. I thought it was $599 when it hit. Yeah, well, that's the thing. So y'all may see us clowning him because Redfall is cross-platform. You're gonna get to play it on your PC with your mouse, and you're playing the sniper. I better see heads popping. Me and Bless would talk about it. We said, man, I expect to see some heads popping. Because you made us wait like 4 years for this. We finally have a cross-play shooter that's going to be on Game Pass for all of us, and we can all play together. I'm so willing to do this that I'm playing some chick with an umbrella and a vampire boyfriend just to play with him. I'm like, screw it. I'll be the umbrella, and I got a vampire boyfriend. I make elevators out of psychic power, just so we can play with him. Coolest character in the game. When we all saw him, we all wanted him. We all looked at that dude and said, man, that dude with the Raven and the sniper rifle look good. But we got to give it to Xeno because he's going to play. You don't have a choice. You're going to play. So you getting on. I will fight you. But nah, man, honestly, he's right. I mean, I've seen it. Like, when it comes to shooting, the accuracy you can pull on a mouse is so high. I just don't have the reflexes trained. But I'm looking forward to having a decent sniper. So, we're looking forward to it. I'm going to be in the mix. You be sniping. Nobody knows what Bloodaxe will be doing. It'll be unfathomable. But he'll be doing it well because he'll practice and get it down eventually. Then he'll do whatever it is well.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, man, screw scalpers. Remember this in the future because this is what I did. I waited. Remember me? I waited on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Don't buy from scalpers until it's at a loss for them. Then buy from wait till it gets low. I agree, $230.
I'll be honest. If I could have got a hold of a bunch of PlayStations when they were selling for $2,000, I would have scalped them too. But I hate it because I couldn't participate.
I mean, yeah.
And on that note,
but still. But we'd be reasonable. You would have only bought about 5.
Oh no, I would have.
You would have never bought the store out.
I wouldn't have wrote it out like this.
These guys have done it.
I would have done it early on. You hit it on Christmas when people are trying to buy them for their kids. Take advantage of the parents. And
that's wrong. You gonna burn.
And then you get out.
This is why you couldn't get your
graphics
card.
You let the market get. Yeah, okay.
That's why you deserve this. See, karma. This is your karma. Yeah. You know what? That's why I say somebody said that's what I did to your graphics card. You're like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, don't buy from Xeno or scalpers. Don't buy from either. Wait.
But yes, it is true. If you didn't buy from people, then scalping would come to an end.
I mean, the fact that it's just now at a loss is ridiculous, dude. These came out in 2020. It took 3 years for people to finally stop buying them enough at a markup that it's like a loss. PlayStation people, okay, I just said I wasn't going to pick on them. Okay,
it ain't just nice. PlayStation people. They did it with the Xbox too. It's just Xbox's demand versus supply was not as swapped as PlayStation's.
Well, no. Xbox has the majority of the market, man. That's their monopoly on the game. And see how this all just spins back around? Jesus.
But yeah, so I mean, it has nothing to do with PlayStation gamers versus Xbox gamers or anything like that. This just has to do with the way the market is designed and people spending that extra money to get things now. It's instant gratification. I get it. I was victim of it during the video card. I spent way more money than I should have on that 3080 that's in this machine right now because I wanted it then and not later.
And that's why he won't play anything but on his PC because he's like, I need to get my money out of this car.
That's right.
He's like, I'm still trying to break even.
I mean, I spent over $1,000 for that video card. So, all right. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com, where links can be found for where we are online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Hit that like and that notification bell on our YouTube channel. I got the bot working in our Discord now, I think, so we should be seeing announcements there. So if you join our Discord, you'll also see when we go live. I did not realize that my bot expired, and so I had to re-up my bot in our Discord channel. But notifications are back there, so come join us on Discord, and you can also shoot us links there on topics that you think are interesting that we should talk about. I think Jarek actually dropped in the Diablo topic for us, so be sure to check that out. And